Hallo, mijn naam is Jimmy. Welkom bij Hobby Plotteren. We hebben vandaag een interview met Michael van Poli-Tape. Thank you for being here. It's an honor to speak with you about the products. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Michael. It's a big honor for me to be here also. I'm working since 21 years for Polytape. I'm traveling in Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland and Austria, and I'm responsible for the flock and flex business.
When a transfer is not holding on the clothes, what can we do about it?
There are several things you have to consider first. It can be that the material has a problem. That means maybe it's too less hot melt or it's not working like it intended to be. You have maybe challenges at the heat press. So it could be that what is shown in the display is not really achieved. And the third party could be the textile. It could be a kind of impregnation on top. So it's always important to check all three parameters. So it means the material, the heat press and also the fabric.
Okay. On which fabrics can you use Polyflex Turbo?
So Polyflex Turbo, and that is the big advantage, has a big variety of applications. So you can use it on regular cotton shirts. The big goal is that you can use it on polyester, which has a high migration risk, and also from the press marks. And additionally, it is working on slightly or medium-sized impregnated surfaces. So the share of the application is much bigger than the average product in the market. So you can avoid a long application time, you reduce the press marks, and you also reduce the dye migration. So it's nearly a one-and-all product.
When you wash your clothes, can you use a softener and can you use the dryer?
Of course, you can use a softener or even a tumble dryer. So that is extremely noted on the backside of every sample card. You can see that in our data sheet. And additionally, I would say the market standard is that a washability of 60 degrees has to be achieved. So softener is sometimes in the mind done like plasticizer, but when the material is fixed once, fine. So the softener afterwards is not a problem. When you use the softener before applying flock and flex, it's a nightmare. So it's more than any impregnation. So after applying it, no issue.
Which product do you use for softshell jackets?
That is a very good question, and I know that is the most asked question. Why? Because there is not a single quality of softshell jackets. It could be stretchable, it could have a high impregnation, and the most asked question is how much risk is regarding the dye migration. So to say it straight, the best blocking version is the blockout film because it has a low melt, hot melt, so reducing the migration, and has an intermediate layer that is also blocking that. But the limit of this kind of block-out product is it's a little bit more stiff. So when you need a flexible product, it might be turbo, which has a softer touch. But of course it is not a block-out film. It's just reducing the migration risk. Means you have to identify how big the risk is of the migration. You can do that with a polyester, apply that on your fabric and press it for the recommended time and the temperature of the different suppliers. And then you take it off and you see, is there any transfer or not? Is there a low risk? Of course I would prefer selling and using turbo because it's cheaper, it has a better washing stability, it can be tumble dried, you have more colors. So it's not a one-to-one application. So you have a short application time flex, or when you have the highest security, you need a block-out film.
What's your favorite color and material?
A good question. So when you're sitting in a production, the best or my favorite color, I think it's gold and silver. These two I really appreciate because with the madness we have in our products, it's yeah, a super nice product to be sold. And my favorite series, and that is a development because also I can understand I was most successful with premium for so many years, 15 years experience, and then we have a special habit to use materials, and then turbo came, and now I'm of course the biggest fan of turbo because it has such a wide range of application and it is really a problem solver. So to be honest, my absolutely favorite is turbo.
What are the strengths and weaknesses of the Polyflex Turbo?
That is a very sensitive question. Of course, we have only positive things now. What I want to say, and that is really important to be straight and honest, every producer and every product has some plus and minus depending on which chemistry you use, how strong it is applied on the self-adhesive polyester backing, etc., etc. So what I want to say is, at the end of the day, the user is deciding what is his favorite. But of course, I'm proud to say we have maybe the mattest film in the world. So if you like matte films, it's superb. We have a super combination of quick application, means 130 degrees by 5 seconds. You can peel off the PET film warm. So there are a lot of opportunities and advantages of the product. But deciding is the user. So I can give a lot of arguments, and I'm really proud that we have in the quick application series an absolutely superb product, but the choice has the client.
Which and how can you combine the heat transfer vinyl from the Poli-Tape?
I know that is a really interesting question because a lot of people do that in the craft market especially. So it means not all is possible to say that straight. Extremely when you look here, for instance, on such a kind of glitter product, the surface is really rough and we have here polyester particles. There is nothing holding, so when you use, for instance, Polyflex Pearl Glitter, please only use it as the last layer. So when you use polyurethane under each other, that is possible for sure with premium or turbo. Important is that we have some exemptions, so never use the metallic ones at the bottom or the neon colors. You can use it as well as the last layer. I know that some competitor have other recommendations, so it's important to ask every supplier extremely what they recommend. Also on flock fibers it's not possible because, or difficult possible, because you have not the anchorage everywhere, it's just at the toppings. There are also some PVC materials that also could be used at the top because of plasticizer. And important is to know when you combine maybe polyester and polyurethane films, the weakest part is limiting the washability. When you have, for instance, a turbo with 60 degrees and you have a polyester film with 40, so average is 40 degrees washability. So a lot of opportunities, but please carefully look into the application details of each supplier. That is what I could recommend.
Thank you for being here. It was an opportunity to speak with you about the Polyflex. Thank you for you, Michael, en good luck. Nou, dit was hem alweer. Tot de volgende keer bij Plotteren met Jamie.